here we are, back at the title screen. I guess now I play, as opposed to restore. Episode 2, Two Households. After surviving an unnatural storm, a new day dawns for the King of Daventry, and he begins the search for the ingredients needed for the spell to cure his children. Adventure abounds and takes a turn for the bizarre as Graham visits the wacky lands of the Isle of Wonder and meets its eccentric inhabitants. Meanwhile, back at the Castle of the Crown, the secrets of the two mysterious societies are revealed. Okay, let's continue from episode 1. Maybe. Okay. This guy's got snakes in his beard. Just saying.
Previously on The Silver Lining.
Okay, really?
We defied fate with the vain requests of human desires.
In case you guys don't remember.
Too late, we realized that the answers to what we sought had been in our own hearts all along, and we were punished. Punished
Alexander
with an
refers to some of his
endless
sisters
war that
with
had
and
just
his prop that
begun.
goes insane.
Do you know anyone who might know what this magic is?
The Oracle of the Isle with the Sacred
I still can't
Mountain.
get over those teeth.
Her knowledge is greater than the ocean, but very few people are ever allowed to see it.
His identity I cannot see, for he is shrouded in darkness. I can only say that your fate has bound you to this evil.
I can't get over how
He is
cheesy that looks.
greater than any foe you have yet faced. Seek he who rules the Isle of the Mists. He shall be waiting.
Your children are under a dark spell. The only way to revert such a spell is by reaching their minds. There is an ancient druid spell that will grant you entrance into their dreams. If you bring the ingredients of the spell
Fetch
to me,
quest.
I can create it for you.
The Archdruid has sent for you! He said this is not a natural storm!
Can you imagine how long these recaps are gonna get when we actually do something?
Years with a last chance of humanity. One
I'm
final
frightened.
choice would be made that would fill the fields with light or darken them with shadows. The 1,000 years have passed. The time of choosing is now.
Man, I wish I had more Assassin's Creed jokes to go with. But no, never played the game, so I got nothing. Okay. Are we, maybe? More cutscenes. This poor rock is so out of place. So is that stick. Well, like, nah, I guess the stick is just pretending to fire. But man, that rock, that is really sticking out to me. Can I take it? I mean, the cutscene's over?
Wisdom in them at times is overwhelming.
Ventriloquist.
Good day, Archdruid.
They have been here
Okay, there we go.
since before our time, and will remain ever after.
I wish I, too, could be enlightened by their wisdom.
Much of what they would teach you, you may already know.
Yet I don't have all the answers, especially the ones I'm seeking.
Are you still got a lower lip problem, Graham?
And what is it that you seek?
I haven't managed to find a way to stop evil from reaching my family.
You surely understand we cannot live in a world without evil. All things must exist in a perfect balance.
Such perfection makes some innocents suffer.
It does us no good to question Mother Nature and her actions. We cannot change those. We can only accept them. Had you not faced the evils you have, you may feel differently. You're a good and strong king because you have seen the face of evil.
There are simpler paths to becoming a good king.
The simpler paths may look that way in the beginning.
Like the short path in King's
The
Quest
path
6.
you have chosen has left you better prepared for what you now face. You should not have any regret for your choices.
As esoteric and abstract the Archdruid is, I kind of like his philosophy here. You know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Do we get some gameplay now? Maybe? It's made of gold.
I will be back soon.
Keep your senses alert. This weather was not caused by Mother Nature.
I will. Goodbye for now.
Did kind of say that already, but I guess it wasn't covered in the recap. Okay, now let's look at this scroll here. Come on, give me a... Okay, more cutscenes. Never mind. Episode 2. It's really awkward to say Episode 2, 2 households. Episode 2, 2. Households. In case it isn't clear, I'm recording this at 4 in the morning. This is the only real time I can get a quiet house. Oh, the
The
scroll.
Archdruid told me that the scroll is enchanted with the wisdom of Mother Nature and will guide me through my journey. I should heed its
Many
directions.
rows of silver moon or
The
rich
scroll is
fruit in the
enchanted
land.
to let me know what ingredients are currently available. It looks
Oh.
like only these three are
Convenient.
available right now.
I
Plot
have obtained
contrivance
an
number
ingredient.
46.
It will be crossed off the list.
The magic of the scroll will direct me to the islands on the map where I can find the currently displayed ingredients.
Combined with plot contrivance number
I'll
147.
keep it in my pocket until I need it again.
Okay. So we can get a bag, a vessel, and a lethal liquid. It's Shamir.
Finally, the Archdruid told me that the scroll has the ability to point me towards people or events
Covering
that
up
will
the
also
text.
aid me on my quest. Speaking of which, isn't that Shamir the genie?
Yes. Yes, it is, Graham. Thanks. Who is he talking to? I mean, he's clearly talking to us. Is that... Am I okay with that? Okay, a magical bag.
A magical bag,
An animated vessel.
an animated vessel,
And a lethal liquid.
a lethal liquid.
Okay. As helpful as that was. Yeah, that's all I can do. I can just look. Okay. Oh dear, I guess.
The Archdruid told me that the scroll is enchanted with the wisdom of Mother Nature and will guide me through my journey. I should heed its directions.
It's right up there with invisible walls. But okay, okay. I will deal with your, MacGuffin of navigation. Let's go talk to Shamir, since that seemed to be something it was strongly implying we should do. Can't wait till we go to the Isle of Wonder, though. Oh look, there's a kid. Oh look, more credits! In case you didn't get it from the opening credits
Hello there,
from the
lad.
first one.
Have you had any luck catching fish
Or
today?
the ending credits of the first one.
Fish have all gone into hiding because of that storm last night. Ma was really scared. I've been trying to catch something for lunch, but there's no bites. I'm getting hungry.
Nom nom nom. Well, that is unfortunate. Is there anything else you'd like to speak about?
The boy is trying to concentrate.
Fine.
Better to...
Okay. So the kid is hungry. So if we can find him food or something. Alright, we can get a fishing rod. And you never know when you might need a fishing rod. Can we enter this house? Bang on it some more.
Hassan must have closed down the booth, considering Graham is renting the whole business. Graham feels slightly guilty for monopolizing the only ferry in the islands, but it is for a great cause, and the islanders hopefully know that as well.
Besides, we haven't actually seen any other islanders, so... Well, except for Kawatako Mason, who can apparently just vanish out of thin air. So he clearly doesn't need the ferry at all. So we have to use the fishing pole to get the magic bag. And so it's an animated vessel and a lethal liquid. Okay, are you still closed? Oh! Ooh. Oh, it's Jollo. How are you doing?
Good book?
I don't know. I can't read.
Oh dear.
What are you doing then?
Trying to look smart.
Don't listen to him, Your Majesty. He can read.
Ooh, gullible.
What's the book about?
It has taught me the great properties of how to properly lend a proper hand.
Say again?
I've learned a lot. May I practice with you? Do you need a hand? Ah!
By the... your hand! Oh. I see. You're lending me a hand.
Is this really
All right.
happening?
Ah, you can keep that one. I have many others.
Okay. Was Jollo this much of a prankster in King's Quest VI? I thought he was somewhat respectable in that game. Okay, let's talk. I hesitate to do this.
Have you any idea what this mysterious illness the twins are suffering from could be?
My guess would be chronic boredom.
Boredom? Jollo, they're comatose.
Boredom is a very serious illness, King Graham.
His
If
eyes
I
are really
spent the
close
last
together.
20 years of my life in Daventry, I'd be comatose too.
Ha ha
Laughter,
ha.
as they say, is the best medicine, and those two need a hearty helping of it.
He is really just
If it were as
obnoxious.
easy as that.
Unfortunately, I'm just a clown, King Graham, not a miracle worker.
Okay.
Goodbye, my friend.
Bye.
No, please don't go.
What's wrong?
Please don't abandon me.
He's like a sim.
Jollo, quit it.
Bye-bye, Your Majesty.
Okay. Ali, do you have a little more intellectual conversation for us?
How fare you today, bookkeeper?
Very well, King Graham.
For a small village, your bookshop is amazingly well stocked. You have quite a
point.
collection of literature here.
Thank you, good sir. I take pride in offering fine books on many subjects
It's got
to
an
my
odd
customers.
accent.
I am glad King Alexander was encouraging his subjects
Alexander.
to read more. You may look at any book you like, King Graham. Perhaps the information may help you. Do you enjoy reading?
I do, but my knowledge comes from life experiences.
I see.
It seemed a little passive-aggressive.
There are some of us that stay and live in dreams, and others that make those dreams come true.
I prefer
One
actually
man's dream
doing
is another
things.
man's gold.
Very true indeed.
Okay, let's talk about Alexander.
You must know my son well by now, good man.
Why do you say so?
If there's one thing that can be said about him, it's that he loves reading.
And hates
Indeed.
cats.
King Alexander spends hours here. He comes with Jollo from time to time, and they just sit and read.
Loading. Man, I'll be sad if the game freezes. Yeah.
It's the kind of silence I enjoy.
A little company's never bad.
With so few people interested in reading, it does get lonely from time to time. I've learned to live with it by now, but your son's company is pleasant.
Wow.
Tell me, good man, what interested him most?
Let me see. He often reads on the subject of magic. He was very interested in the occult.
Oh dear.
I had hoped his interest in that would have waned by now.
He did live under that wizard's dominion for most of his life.
You'd think he'd hate it.
He might be after a way to master it and make himself safe from what kept him a slave. He was also interested in history. He's read everything he can about the Green Isles, as well as other places.
I gave him that advice. You can never know enough about the place you govern.
And sometimes he would just pick up a poetry book and read it.
Aww.
Here's a secret. Sometimes he would copy one and take it to Cosima.
How romantic as well. Very nice.
He's a good man.
I know. He's very much like his mother.
Well, that was thrilling.
Let me do some research in your books.
Be my guest.
Yeah. So I almost wonder, how long did Alexander actually spend, like, in Daventry? I mean... Oh, I guess
Graham takes the book, Folklore of the Sea, and reads through it.
It is known to many sea-going folk, fishermen, sailors, and ship's captains that the sea is alive with many intelligent creatures. Besides the mermaids and mermen, there are the sea nymphs, the daughters of the ancient sea gods. The sea nymphs take the forms of beautiful young maidens, and they are very playful. Sometimes a mischievous sea nymph, given to wicked inclinations, will cause the wreck of a boat on the rocks with their singing. Taking a page from the Siren's book, I guess. Other sea nymphs are good, and will help sailors in need. They are especially fond of pretty objects and shiny things. Especially jewelry. That is why many sailors carry at least one piece of gold with them at all times, to give to a nymph who may save their lives. Okay, shiny things, but we've got gold, so we're fine. Seems a little offensive. But yeah, I mean, how much time exactly elapsed between King's Quest 4 and 5? Because it was, what, a couple months between 5 and 6 where he was pining over Cosima? So yeah, like, really, there's not much time that he spent in Daventry with his family. Probably
Graham
knows Cosima
chooses a
more than he
book
knows his
called The
parents.
Power of Nightshade.
Man, I wish we had some. Oh dear, this is a long story. When the world was new and gods were young, the Lord of the Dead found himself desiring a wife. It was lonely and dark in the underworld, and as he watched the world above through the soil, he saw Persephone, the daughter of the goddess of spring. Demeter, for all you who are keeping score. He fell in love with the fair, flowery beauty and desired to have her for a wife. He devised a plan to capture her. Taking the essence of night and some essence from the spirits of dead maidens, he created a flower, the deadly nightshade. It was beautiful to behold, but could bewitch the mind and lead to death if taken in a high dose. To make it less deadly and even more tempting, for his intended, he infused it with the powers of the elements of life, air, and water. So it would not kill her, but only take her breath away. The Lord of the Dead had planted it in the world of the living, not far from his own domain. When Persephone was out gathering plants, she saw the nightshade and could not resist this lovely flower that she had never seen before. And of course, we all know the Isle of the Sacred is rather close to the realm of the dead. She plucked the bloom and breathed in its scent. The flower stole her immortal breath, leaving her vulnerable to death. In that moment, the minions of the underworld burst forth from the ground and seized Persephone, dragging her down to the underworld. Persephone's mother, beset with grief over the loss, came to the underworld to retrieve her. Eventually, she and the Lord of the Dead reached an agreement that for 6 months of each year, Persephone would be his queen, and during the other 6 months, she would return to the world of the living. Now, every 6 months, life returns to the world in the spring and the summer, when Persephone is with her mother. But the nightshade flower still only grows when Persephone is with its lord, her husband. Nice to know. Not like the nightshade is going to be important or anything. I'm still annoyed we couldn't pick it up last chapter. Okay, it's over her. More points.
Graham takes the book and reads through it. He finds an interesting story.
Aw, the Princess and the Pea. Is anyone honestly not familiar with this story? You know, you're a princess if you have incredibly strong senses and are incredibly picky about where you sleep. Blah, blah, blah. Dark, cold, stormy night. Yada, yada, yada. Does not look like a princess, looks like a beggar. Blah, blah, blah. Pea. So apparently if you're a terrible person and just want to complain to your host, that makes you a princess. Happily ever after. And there's yet more.
Graham takes the book and reads through it.
Amazingness.
He finds an interesting story.
Samson and Delilah. Wait a minute. Isn't this in the Bible? Is I'm putting this in our myths a little bit mean? Okay. Either way, Samson was invincible, but he was only invincible because of his hair. Eventually, his lover/whore, Delilah, betrayed him. When he fell asleep, she cut his hair. And the pirates took over. Then he pulled down the pillars with magical strength and died. Good for him. Okay. I think originally the Silver Lining was supposed to have this, like, extensive point system, like, that would give you a report card about how you were graded on everything. I think they scrapped that. I think it was, like, 2003 or something when they were talking about it. Can we talk to Ellie about his books at all?
How fare you today, bookkeeper?
Very well, King Graham.
I've already had this part. Okay, never mind.
Let me do some research in your books.
Be my guest.
Okay. Well, that was enlightening. Loading. Okay, can we check out the pawn shop? Guess not.
No one answers.
The owner must be out. I'll check back later.
Okay. Oh, come on. Okay, no. Let's just wait for the program to respond. Alright, forgot about the running. Oh, we're not even treating it as separate screens today. Do you want any garments?
If Graham wants any...
Well, I would if I could find the merchant. Okay then, I guess no business for you.
Graham doesn't feel particular. Besides, he has his meals provided for him at the palace.
I'm guessing you don't have much of a desire to go into the, Hold on, is that a spider web?
A spider's web
Ah!
dominates
There's
most
a
of the left
face!
section of the counter. It appears to be occupied. A large black spider is clinging to the web. For some reason, Graham is certain it's a she.
It has a face!
In the way she's moving her leg.
She's not moving her legs.
Is she giving him the come hither?
She's not moving anything, actually. Let's talk to her. And by talk, I mean poke. Hi!
Oh, my.
Lord.
A luscious morsel.
Fun.
That's what you get for fooling around with other women, Graham.
There's some great tut-tutting going on. Okay. Oh, look. Glitching. I like that. Try restoring it anyway. I'm feeling brave. This isn't gonna work out in my favor, is it? Okay. So, however, we were looking for a lethal liquid last I checked. Maybe we can get her to bite this instead.
Oh, my. A luscious morsel.
Again, with the polygons.
For me.
Is that how poison works?
Hey, this is a fake arm.
This one
what are you trying to pull here, mister?
Yippee. Anyway, I think I might actually want to just stop for a bit here, and in the next video we can get to exploring the rest of this marketplace. And I will see you then.